All right. Um, I feel compelled to post a video about something that's been really important to me, and it's my. I just found out yesterday that my father passed away, and so I just want to come out here and say something to guys or people that have trouble. Or I can't talk. Man, there's an effect in me that started talking about it, and now these emotions come up about who have a troubled relationship with their fathers. My father he's a huge impact in who I am. I spent most of my life doing everything opposite of my father. He's a troubled man, and he passed away, and it I don't know. I was really angry with my father. My dad was a hard man. There's other people out there that have the same kind of father or similar experiences, but my father was really hard. He's a hard man to be with, and I mean, I'm not gonna. He's just I'm trying to honor his life, but the story's the story. He had trouble with alcohol, and he was angry, and he had a temper issue, and he had his own issues, and it's not because he was a fuck up or something. It's that I was angry with my father for a lot of my life. I had this quiet anger that this resided inside of me, and and then when I got into my faith and I got into learning about forgiveness, and I started praying for my dad every day, and he just was an angry guy. As I was angry with him, and I had blamed him for so much, and and we don't get to choose our parents, we don't, and I had a lot of anger with my father, and I had a lot of anger, period, in the world, like just inside. I had a hard heart, and I. Long story short, I'm trying to make things not too long here, but I forgave my father. I found forgiveness, and and it was this weird moment. My dad popped into the state I lived in, and out of nowhere. I mean, granted, my dad's been he's out of my life for most of my life. He's intentionally not talked to me for most of my life. I mean, and in that time he was in jail, out in prison. I mean, he's maybe just doing his own thing. I don't know. He's whatever. He's hot and cold, man. But he never met my wife when I was married. He's never met my kids, his grandkids. He's heard their voices, but he's never met them. And so he's been out of my life, for most of it. So he never came to my high school games, never came to any of my sports stuff, never saw me do any of the stuff that I did, that I was really proud about. I never got a chance to share with him about those things. But one day I was at my aunt's house, and it was just this random occasion. And I had this moment, like, here I am, like this young man, 20s. I think I was just out of college, I'm doing my thing. And, I went to college and got my job, and I'm feeling good. And I don't know what happened, but I don't know why we were talking, but I went to meet him because I want to go see him. And then I forget how it turned, but I was here's this moment. I'm going to finally tell my father, man to man, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to, it's my time. It's my turn to talk kind of moment. And in the middle of me just yelling at him, I'm not yelling, but I'm just talking to him, telling him what a mess up, and I'm telling him, I'm laying into him. And in the middle of it, something happened. I just realized that I want him to hurt the way that I was hurting. That's it. So then I stopped my ranting, my big moment, and I just said, Dad, I stopped myself, and I said, I just want you to hurt the way I hurt. And at that moment, I realized that I was just hurt, and I needed to, if I forgave him, I needed to let that go. And it was really hard because that was a part of my whole identity, was being angry at my father. And so forgiving him meant I'm giving up some of my identity. Anyway, I got over it, and I haven't held a grudge since. And it was the most powerful. I felt kind of empty. It felt kind of weird because I didn't know who I was for a little bit. because I've always, like, that was my story. I'm this hard guy with anger and dad, and forgiving him. Like, I gotta let that go. I gotta change my narrative a little bit. I gotta change my perspective, and that changed my narrative, and that changed the way how I felt. But my dad is gone now, and honestly, these last days, the years, whatever, quote unquote, like, it's been more. I just feel sorry for that man. I felt for his brokenness, his hurt, and the things that this life is hard, and through him, and he dealt the way he did, and I'm sure he tried the best he could, and he had these moments of self-soothing, and he just turned to things that weren't healthy. So, peace and love, Dad. Peace and love, man. I've been seeing you for most of my life, and I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. So, I know you're in a better place. This world is hard. I know you're not hurting anymore. You're not hurting other people. And your heart's not hurt, and you're just not struggling. So, anyway, to all those people out there, forgive. It's hard, but it's better. And that's it. To all those who have troubled parents, I understand your anger. I get it. But it's only, and I turned angry, and I realized that in my journey, like, as much as I wanted to be opposite of that man, I'm so much like him, and it's inside. He's my father. It's my DNA. It's like, I have a different relationship with my kids, and I have a different relationship, but I'm not any better necessarily. I've made better choices, but sometimes we're all broken. We're all people, and I don't know what to say. So that's it. To those who have trouble with fathers or parents, instead of being angry, try to understand that they are broken people too, and understand they are, and we want what we want because we want it, absolutely, and we deserve that, and we're worthy of that, but they have their own stuff too, and I don't know what his journey is anymore. My family's really secretive, so I don't really know, but and I love them, and they're good people. It's my family. I didn't get to choose them, so that's it. All right, I don't know how to end this. I'm ending. Bye.